So this is going to change things up a little bit. So this car is a factory tilt and recline bucket seat car, had the center console, and what I'm going to do is put all this running gear in that car. I'll try and fix what I've got. I'm super excited about getting stuck into this project. It's been one of those ones that I've been wanting to get into for a while. Welcome to another Wreck2Resto episode. On today's episode, my 1968 HK Holden Ute is sold. It's going to a new home. It's staying in WA, and the person that has purchased this car is actually the guy that I'm doing the other ute for. So we've come to a bit of an arrangement. So I'm taking his HG Ute off his hands with all the running gear and everything like that. He's taking the HK Ute, and obviously there's a bit of cash that's changing hands as well. We'll go through what our plans with this before it goes, and also what our future plans on the channel are. So this is going to change things up a little bit with the projects we're working on, and we're pretty excited for what's coming to the channel. So if you follow us into the shed, we'll go through what's happening. Got the HG Ute behind me. So this is the one that we've been doing the rust repairs on the front subframe for the last couple of months. So now with this one being mine, there's no big timelines or pressure or anything to get this one done. The Ute, as nice as it was, and it was an awesome car, it was very impractical for our family. So with all the running gear that I've got for the HG Ute, we are now going to move on to our next project, which is my 1969 Holden HK Premier. This project's been sitting in the background for quite a while now, and original plans were to get the HG Ute done for Jez. As soon as that project was finished, I was going to go full steam ahead with my HK Prem to get it done. I've actually owned this car since I was 19 years old, and it was one of those things that I got it. I'd done a couple of motorbikes previously as projects, but I'd never done a full car, and basically picked this up when I was 19 with no idea whatsoever when it came to anything car related. I started doing a few rust repairs, and then moving forward a couple of years, the HK Ute come up for sale. A mate was selling it, and it was just one of those things that was too good of deal to let slip. So I ended up purchasing the HK Ute, and I've pretty well built that as a practice run to get this car done. So now, obviously, my skill set's improved, so I want to use all those skills that I've learnt building the Ute and doing work on the HG and put that into my HK Prem. So hopefully with this one, I can get it still going to take a couple of years to get it all finished, but this one doesn't have anywhere near as much rust in it as what the HK Ute and also the HG Ute. The body itself, the floors are really, really good. There's a little bit of rust in the hanging panels, and there's a little bit of roof in the rear quarters and a tiny bit in the roof. So they're all things that I can work through pretty easily. I've got a full set of front door skins that's going to replace these ones because these skins are a little bit dinged up and they've got a bit of rust in them. So the front doors will be getting reskinned. When I purchased the car, I bought it as a project that someone had started, but it was a running car. All the driveline and everything was still in it. It was originally a 186 Power Glide car with the interior that you see behind me. So this car is a factory tilt and recline bucket seat car. Had the centre console, and yeah. So these seats are actually the original seats that come out in that car. Last year, I got all the covers sent off. I got new covers made. That was done at Winners Products over in South Australia. Also got a full set of door cards for it, armrests. So I've already had all the interior done. The only thing that will need doing is the dash pad will need redoing, and I'll need new roof lining. Apart from that, I've got everything ready to go. Original plans were with the Prem to put a small block Chev in it. It was something that I was going to purchase the engine and transmission and everything for after I'd finished the HG Ute. Part of the deal is the running gear that was going in that Ute is now mine, and what I'm going to do is put all this running gear in that car. So this is a small block Chev. It's a 408 cubic inch. It was built by a guy up in Mandurah by the name of Ricky Wood. Pacemaker 4x1s. It's going to have a turbo 400, which is a stage 2 shift kit. It's got a stall converter, $3,500 stall converter going in it. Still need to get a tail shaft made, but that's something that I need to measure up once all of this is in the car. And then moving to the third member, this is one of the Rod Shop 9-inch diffs with a full wheelwood brake kit on it, and it's got 3.7 gears in it, and it's got a True Track centre. So it's a pretty good bit of kit. Should be plenty strong enough for what I need it for. I'm not building this as a burnout car or anything like that. It's just going to be a nice, tough street car. One of the big things that needs doing on this car is this rear quarter has had a previous repair done on it. When I stripped the car back, this had about an inch of filler covering all this area here. I'm going to see how I can go if I can panel beat this out. If I can't panel beat this out, I've actually got a whole rear quarter section that I unpicked off another good HK Prem. So I can replace the section if I need to, but before I remove the whole rear quarter, I'll try and fix what I've got. If I can't fix it, I've got one that I can use. This boot lid was blasted by someone that didn't really know what they were doing, and it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but this has got some massive lows in it from when it was hit by a sandblaster. This panel, I'm going to try and heat shrink it back. If I can't do that, hanging up on the other side of the shed, I've actually got another HK boot lid, which is completely rust-free. The only thing is HK Prems have a longer tail light extension. and they've actually got Premier badges that come across the back. The boot lid that I've picked up is off a HK Kingswood. HK Kingswood had Holden lettering, and then they had a shorter tail light extension. So these holes and also these holes are slightly different, but with the two boot lids I've got, I can make a really good one out of the two, or I can try and repair this one, which is probably what I'm going to do. I've got some bits and pieces in the back of this at the moment, but one of the panels that I actually started fitting when I was still working on this car before I started on Jeremy's was this Rare Spares rear beaver panel. So the rear beaver had a fair bit of rust in it. I've actually unpicked all of the old one. This one is basically test fitted. It's just got a couple Tech screws to hold it. That just needs finishing. So this will come off. All these bare metal areas behind it will get treated for rust, and then the new panel can get welded on. This is just the Rare Spares panel, but they're actually a really, really good fit. So if you're doing a sedan and you've got any rust in the rear beavers, highly recommend that panel. It works really well. One of the other things that I want to do on this car while I'm doing all the metal work is this is going to get a set of mini tubs. There are all the door cards ready to go in. This car originally had a big gas tank in the back, and they'd made a bit of a mess of the factory tubs. I'm actually going to unpick the tubs out of the donor car I've got sitting here, and this will end up with a mini tub job just to the edge of the rail. But because I can use those tubs, it's going to fix the damage, but it means I only have to weld the tub once. A lot of people that do split tubs have to weld a section in, and you have to weld it on both sides. This one will be a lot neater because I can literally just slice through the tub, use the new section, weld it all back in. And I want it to look so people that don't know what they're looking for can open the book, can open the boot, look at the tubs, and it still looks 100% factory. Obviously, the people that know these cars, when you look down here, you can see the gap in between the rail and the tub. When the tub is up against the rail or sitting on top, you know the car has been mini tubbed. But those to the untrained eye would never know. So that's the sort of look I want to go for this car, is factory improved. This car originally is a silver mink Yulunga maroon interior. So I'm going back completely factory with this. So I already got the interior done. This will get painted silver mink, so it's as per factory. It's all one colour silver. It's not silver with a white roof that a lot of them were. So it doesn't have the chrome trim that wraps around here as the divider. So this car will go all silver mink. There's only one thing about this car that I'm not decided on, that I need to make my mind up, and you guys might be able to help with that decision. I'm unsure what wheels to run on this car. Most HK Prems that you see that are modified have a set of centerline auto drags on them. As much as I love that look, I want this car to be a little bit unique. How that looks, I'm not 100% sure yet. Whether it's a set of billets, whether it's a set of 15 by whatever, whether it's welds, billet specialties, centerlines, I can't make up my mind. So if you were building this car, what wheels would you put on it? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the support. Coming soon is I'm going to finish off this HG Ute subframe. I'll get all the rust repairs done on this. I'll get it blasted. I'll get it put in epoxy, and that'll wrap up the HG Ute project. Other thing I've been working on behind me is a new welding trolley for my Unimig. I've done another video on this, so I'll get that out pretty soon as well, and you can see how I've put this thing together. It's not quite finished yet. I've got a little bit left to do on it, but you'll see that on a future episode. If you like this content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, head over and do that. We really do appreciate the support. I'm super excited about getting stuck into this project. It's been one of those ones that I've been wanting to get into for a while. So yeah, follow along on the journey and you'll see us transform this wreck into a pretty cool street car. I'll see you on the next one.